this is the petition that is the petition to National Media Commission to investigate and apply punitive sanctions on JOYFM and multimedia for misleading the people of EJURA Township on Kaka's murder, which led to violent demonstrations, injuries, and death before they plunged the whole country into pandemonium. We should have put out the people who made that statement. Okay, so the part of the petition that we want to share with you is this one. So this is how it starts. You can see it on your TV. It says, however, Mr. Chairman, now we reduce this so that we don't take too much time. But this is the germane part of the petition. However, Mr. Chairman, we have been extremely petrified and particularly concerned about what appeared to be unprofessional, deliberate, misleading reportage and indiscreet publications by JOYFM and his reporter named Mr. Adom-Otchere, who's situated at Love FM in Kumasi. Now, you know that Adom-Otchere of JOYFM had covered that demonstration in some detail. Let's look at what these NGO people are saying. They've lodged a complaint to the National Media Commission. Let's look at what they are saying. Okay, on the whole, let me continue the sentence. Who's situated at Love FM in Kumasi? Okay, on the whole, volatile situation which created distressing emotions, sudden overwhelming fear and fury at EJURA, in which the resultant effect led to the violent demonstrations and subsequent clash with the police and military joint control. The statement continues, and they say that all of that culminated in the shootings that killed 2 Ghanaians and left others with life-changing injuries at EJURA. Okay, the petition continues. Reading the numerous publications on myjoyonline.com and watching the panel discussions directed on Joy TV programs on the matter and juxtaposing same to other opinions expressed by others on other platforms, clearly depicted doubtless inclination that JOYFM's misleading reportage and careless publications, which suggested that Kaka was actually attacked and killed at his home by politically motivated mob. Now that's where the problem started, and I recognized this a long time ago. And when the other day we showed you a post on Facebook, and we also showed you the Section 71 of the Communications Act, where people can be punished for publishing something that creates fear when they have no evidence to publish such. It was told that Mr. Kaka had been killed by a mob, and Mr. Kaka had been killed because he was an advocate of Fix the Country, because he had put out a video and had appeared to share the sentiments of the people who were advocating for Fix the Country. The conveners of Fix the Country had brought this to the attention of the police. So there's a lot of concern among many young Ghanaians that why should somebody be killed because he's advocating for something? Why should a politically motivated mob go and kill somebody because he says Fix the Country? Everyone was outraged by that, and everybody will be outraged by that, whether you are the MPP national organizer in EJURA or whether you are the NDC national organizer in Accra. Everybody will be outraged by murder for political views. That's not what our constitution says. So that worried everyone. It finds expression in this petition, and they say that it's the JOYFM's misleading reportage and careless publications which suggested that Kaka was actually attacked and killed at his home by a politically motivated mob. They said this immensely contributed to the overwhelming fury in EJURA Township and subsequently paved way for the unscrupulous political players to take advantage of the situation to incite their members to embark on a violent demonstration, leading to the loss of lives and others permanently maimed. We know that the National Democratic Congress, in those circumstances, led by its General Secretary, organized a press conference in EJURA and expressed outrage about the fact that politically motivated persons had done this dreadful act on Kaka. And that was the reportage that came from the media. That's what this petition is expressing. And we all are concerned about that. All of us should be concerned about it. And that's where the committee began to raise issues about Rwanda. And the committee got a lot of stake from many media practitioners who thought that that was not the way to go. But here we are with the petition. Okay, the petitioner said that we have therefore decided to exercise our patriotic responsibility as concerned Ghanaians to bring these treacherous activities of JOYFM and multimedia to the attention of the National Media Commission. They say that the Media Commission to once again scrutinize and investigate their dangerous publications and insensitive reportage on the incidents at EJURA and apply the respective disciplinary sanctions if found defaulted of good journalistic standards, so as to save Ghana from the wording of the statement, I have to say, is quite strong. I mean, we're using words like treacherous and all of that. I do not think, and this is our own opinion, I do not think that any journalist at JOYFM set out to express treachery and to set out to deliberately report falsehood. It's entirely possible that a journalist may have run into a problematic cul-de-sac, competition for the story, excitement about a story, and then publishes something that falls on the other side of the ethics and falls on the other side of the standards. But kinds of words that have been used here, I have to say, are very, very harsh, and I do not agree with some of the words used here. But nonetheless, there has to be an investigation to see whether a media house published that. The motivation for which a media house will publish that is where I'm disagreeing with the people who wrote this one. I don't think the motivation was deliberately to cause mayhem. They may not have been such a motivation. The motivation may have been to get the news out and to get the story out. And also, the lack of determination to spend a bit more time to check, because that can be laborious and that can be boring because you want to get the story out. So, I mean, we have that problem here all the time. When I ask my people, did you check? And if we don't have the information, we have to wait. And we are coming to Good Evening Ghana on Tuesday. If we wait on Wednesday morning, City TV, City FM will come up with it, JOYFM will come out. So there's always a temptation to put out the story immediately without waiting. Or you put out the story and you put in the necessary caveats. When you put in the necessary caveats, as they say, it takes the juice out of the story somehow. So journalists don't want to put in the caveats, because when you go and say, I suspect it may well have been, you are taking the juice out. If you're able to play the breaking news jingle and say that reports from EJURA say that Kaka has been murdered by political opponents, that's a story that gets more attention, you know. So sometimes we all get into that kind of situation. You run into that kind of, possible cul-de-sac. So that's what I think may have happened. As for the treachery and the deliberate motivation to cause mayhem, I'm not so sure about it. But I think that the petition is well placed. It is important for all of us in the media to build our standards as we go along. We can't get it right all the time, but as we go along, let's build the standards. So yes, the petition well placed, but the words used a bit harsh. Okay. It says that they should talk to JOYFM to save Ghana from their, I don't like this, reprehensible reportage, which could have the potential to plunge the whole country into chaos. The potential exists, yes, but I'm not sure about the motive of the reportage. If stringent punitive measures are not considered to control their activities. Punitive measures, I don't know. Vis-a-vis similar objectionable media play, which led chaotic situations, civil wars in some of our neighboring countries in Africa. Okay, Mr. Chairman, the petitioners say, our petition is in recognition of the National Media Commissions Act 449 of 1993, Section 21B, in pursuit of the provisions of Chapter 12 of Ghana's Constitution 1992, which enjoined the chairman, among others, to take all appropriate measures to ensure the establishment and maintenance of the highest journalistic standards in the mass media, including the investigation, mediation, and settlement of complaints made against or by press or other mass media. Section 13.1 of Act 449 also encourages that, quote, any person aggrieved by a publication or by the act or omission of any journalistic, newspaper proprietor, a publisher, or any person in respect of any publication in the media may lodge a complaint against the editor, publisher, proprietor, or other person before the commission. So that's the petition that has been filed. We will tell you the names of the petitioners in a jiffy. I'll get my guy to send that so that we can see what the petition is about. So this is a petition that has been filed against JOYFM in respect of the EJURA controversy.